Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mental Wellness channel with Waihiga. If you're new here, I hope that you stick around and take a listen to what I have to share. Today, I want to talk about a reading that I found from a 12-step program, and I'm going to read it out to you. And we're just going to get into it, exactly what it talks about. So this reading comes from a book called The Daily Reflections, which is part of the 12-step program. And it's coming from April 15th, The Bondage of Resentments. Harboring resentments is infinitely grave, for then we shut ourselves off from the sunlight of the spirit. And that quote comes from As Bill Sees It, page 5. It has been said that anger is a luxury I cannot afford. Does this suggest I ignore this human emotion? I believe not. Before I learned of the 12-step program, I was a slave to the behavior patterns of alcoholism. I was chained to negativity with no hope of cutting loose. The 12 steps offered me an alternative. Step 4 was the beginning of the end of my bondage. The process of letting go started with an inventory. I needed not be afraid or frightened, for the previous steps assured me I was not alone. My higher power led me to this door and gave me the gift of choice. Today, I choose to open the door to freedom and rejoice in the sunlight of the steps as they cleanse the spirit within me. Normally, in a 12-step meeting, depends which meeting you go to, but we would normally read something like this and then share about it. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of having more structure, and especially because I really want to talk about alcoholism and I really want to shed a light on what alcoholism is, I want to structure my program around these topics and what I get from the daily reflections. So the daily reflection for today is about the bondage of resentment, and that's really true. When I first got sober, I didn't understand that my anger and my resentments and brooding my resentments led me to drink. It was such a huge factor of why I drank. A lot of people think that alcoholism is just something that you do to yourself. It's a learned habit. It's a very bad learned behavior. And it's a rabbit hole that you just find yourself in and you continuously do to yourself over and over again. And that's not true. One of the things that really used to fuel my drinking was my resentments. Resentments towards people, places, and things. I either had so much overwhelming shame as to the things I had done in the past that I could not sit with those things sober. That would have to cause me to go and numb myself. It was just too shameful to think about it. Or I would be so resentful, so angry, so livid over what someone had done to me in the past, that my only solution, my only tool was to go drink over it. That's honestly how I knew how to survive. Whenever I felt bored, drink. Whenever I felt angry, drink. Whenever I felt sad, drink. Whenever I felt depressed, drink. Whenever I felt like celebrating, drink. Whatever the occasion, a funeral, a wedding, a dinner, a graduation, a birthday party, a concert, a lunch, breakfast, there's always time for mimosas. It was always a time to drink, and I always made excuses to drink. And just like there were always excuses to drink, there was always resentments to fuel my drinking. Oh, I didn't go to the university that I wanted to go to. Oh, when I was 10, this person did this to me. Oh, when I was 15, this person called me fat. Oh, this and this happened. That guy dumped me. Blah, blah, blah. All these hurts continuously build up. And because I didn't work on them, because I didn't focus on them, because I'm not like you guys. I wasn't given the tools and the manual for life in which I am able to just go through life knowing what to do next. I'm not one of those people. I need a program of action. I need somebody and something to like lay it out for me and tell me what to do next. Do the next right thing. First things first. One step at a time. Don't drink today. Don't drink in between meetings. I need that type of insight into my life. I don't inherently know how to maneuver life. Like I tell you, I wasn't born with a set of tools or the instruction manuals as to how to navigate life. I just don't know how to do it. That's why I love 12-step program, because it's given me a new way of life. And one of the ways it has helped me is in dealing with resentments. I could not sit with resentments. And that is a dubious luxury that alcoholics and addicts do not have. We don't have actually the right to sit down and harbor resentments. We don't. We can't process resentments like normal people. Because what we do when we are resentful is that we self-destruct. Resentments can literally lead us to kill ourselves and others. Because when I'm drinking, I am a hazard to myself and I'm a hazard to society and anyone who's around me. Every human being gets angry. Of course, it is human nature. It is a human reaction. We are allowed to get angry. And it's really interesting because the Bible talks about this as well. Jesus got angry. Jesus got angry in the Bible. And when he saw people were trading in the house of God, in the temple of God, he got angry. In the same way as people, we get angry. In the same way, alcoholics, we get angry. The point of this reading and the point that I've been taught in 12-step program and in my life in recovery is that you're not supposed to sit down and nurse, harbor, water, and grow this resentment. Instead, what you're supposed to do is pray for the person that you're resentful for or at for 12 days. 14 days, I don't know where 12 days came from. You're supposed to pray for this person for 14 days. Pray for them without ceasing. Pray for them the things that you would want. You want a good life? Pray for them that they have a good life. Don't pray and ask God that, I pray that you destroy them. I pray that you would bring fire and brimstone from heaven to destroy them and their families. No, that's not the point. The point is that you pray everything good for yourself that you want for yourself, and you pray these things for them. So you pray that for 14 days for them. If you stop, you start all over again. Pray 14 days for them. And the point of this is you are going to see your perspective shift. You're going to see this person that you resent in a different light. You're going to probably have some empathy and sympathy for this person that you never had before. God is going to shift your perspective in the best way possible. So the tools that I now have for dealing with resentment in recovery are: 1, praying for this person for 14 days, or praying for the institution or whatever I feel resentment towards. Number 2 is making an inventory, doing an inventory, sitting down and writing on paper why I'm upset, why I'm resentful towards this thing. What is fueling this? And mostly I've found behind most resentments is fear. Fear I'm going to lose out. Fear someone is taking advantage of me. Fear someone does not respect me. Fear someone does not see me. fear of something, fear someone is going to hurt me, something like that. Another tool that I use for dealing with resentments is prayer, of course. Just in the moment, praying to God and asking God, please just completely take away this resentment from me, because I don't want to drink over this person. I don't want to drink over this situation. I don't want to drink over, whatever is happening. I don't want to do it. And resentments lead 100% towards a drink. There's just a forceful power behind the spirit of resentment. So I wanted to tell you a story. In the beginning of my sobriety, I think I was like a month into sobriety, the lady who had 12-stepped me, so the lady who had basically told me her story of recovery and how she got into sobriety, I went to meet her because I was really upset. I was so upset. My blood was boiling, basically. I was really angry. And I could feel that I was going to pick up a drink. Because I was upset to the point that I was going black. Like, I couldn't see anything. I was going like rageful. And in those moments, those are the times I black out and I just want to drink. I want to drink the pain away. And I want to drink so that I can think and calm down. But instead, someone took me over to see this lady. And when I sat in front of her, she could basically see the steam coming out of my ears, coming out of my eyes. And she immediately told me, you're an alcoholic, and if you're an alcoholic like I'm an alcoholic, we do not have the dubious luxury of being resentful and staying angry. You can get angry. The Bible says so too. You can get angry, but when you are angry, do not sin in that anger. So that was interesting to me. Nobody had ever told me that you can't stay angry. I mean, not in so many words. Your sobriety depends on it. And for me, my sobriety is my life. So how do you work on not staying angry? Well, you pray for the person for 14 days. You write an inventory about why you're so upset, and you pray to God, and you ask God to take away that resentment from you in the moment. I hope that this has been helpful. If any of you need help, I really urge you to get into a 12-step program. All that information can be found so easily online. A 12-step program for drugs, for alcohol, for sex addiction, for narcotics, whatever it is that you're struggling with. Until the next video, goodbye, guys.